Hey everybody, I've got an unboxing today. As you can see, this is the CYBERSTRYKE package from Soft Air, Cybergun, and Palco. This one's made by Academy Plastic Model in the Philippines and was made in 2010. Now before I get into the box, I'm going to talk about this gun a bit. This came out in 2010, and I believe this was a response to the growing number of kids taking these to school or shooting them in their yard in like an urban area and people thinking it's a real gun. I think that's, if I remember right, that's like about the time that it started making the news commonly. On the back there's a disclaimer that says it's just telling you not to modify the appearance, and that parents must not allow minors to take this product to school. Having this product at any school or college or university may be a crime. So that's really an unusual disclaimer, especially for a Cybergun product, even in the later or the early 2010s. So I think that's kind of the context of this gun, because nobody wants to play with an airsoft that doesn't look like a real gun. Well, not nobody. Most people don't. So they I think the only demographic that ever really got into these was probably kids that their parents wouldn't let them play with a more realistic one. So anyway, let's get into the box. I've taken pictures of all the fine text already. Oh, here's the back, and then there's an interesting thing on the box that says the ultimate accuracy system. Traditionally, every company has used a hop-up system with 2 points of contact on the top and the bottom. No. Allowing airsoft guns to shoot to the left or the right. No. It's like the exact opposite of how it works. What the fuck? Spreading the weight of the BB evenly, causing the accuracy of the soft air airsoft gun to greatly improve, and the soft air airsoft gun to shoot straighter. And then it continues in French, and then there's a picture of the hop-up system. I think that's an AR-15 style hop-up, and if you look, the image they used for the hop-up for an M4, come on, the packing is, that's a Springer packing, not a like a regular AEG M4 AR-15 type. It's a spring pistol packing. I don't know. The more I read what Cybergun puts out, the more I really seriously doubt that they had any idea what they were talking about, especially the person who did the marketing for these. So let's go on ahead and cut this thing open. 600 ultrasonic .12s. I'm just gonna throw these away. Not quite into the trash yet. So I'm gonna continue opening up the box from the bottom because it's the only way that seems to work. Oh, wow, oh, hey, check that out. Okay, the manual fell out. Let's take a look at that. Alright. CYBERSTRYKE blaster and pocket pistol instruction manual. So I'm just going to glance at this, and then, alright, that's the manual. I'll scan that, put it in the description. Alright, let's continue trying to open up this sarcophagus, this fortress of deadly plastic. Okay, the shotgun is free. I think we only have a couple more things to get through, and then we can finally get onto the guns. Oh yeah. Try to get the liner notes out, the main one. Oh, I'm hooked. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yes, okay. So the only thing we have left now are the safety glasses, which look like regular shop glasses. I would not recommend using those for a game. Come on. Oh. Okay. So these are the same safety glasses that get put into the cheap Chinese guns like Well and SEMA, especially on their springers. But anyway, we've got the box open now. Everything's here. It's all on the floor, unfortunately. So I'm sure you guys don't really care about the liner notes, so let's just go right into the manual. Oh god, this shit is all over my desk. This is really dangerous. So let me demo these absolutely crap glasses. Everything's like super distorted and fuzzy and shit. I look like that guy from Deus Ex Machina, except like twice as gay. So I'm just gonna not wear these. Or you know what? I've got an idea for these later. Okay, scissors. We don't need those anymore. So let's talk about the main attraction here, the CYBERSTRYKE shotgun, which I don't quite see a model number for. So this is based off an Academy plastic model. What model is that exactly? Well, anyway, it's their cheaper clone of the Double Eagle M47, because the Maruzen CA870 is a lot different as far as internals go. So it's not quite a clone of that. It's a cheaply made clone of the Double Eagle system, and they really lowered the quality even further than the China clone. But that's another video, so let's see here. Hop-up adjustment. Get your big orange tip on the front. CYBERSTRYKE and warning on the side. I'm sure you guys don't even really want to read that. Okay. Take the magazine out. It's got a sticker on it. Warning: for best results, follow loading instructions and manual. And it's your typical wind-up shotgun mag in that you just pull it to the back and then pour your pellets in. And then there's a high capacity thing in the chamber in the back, and you shake it around. You know the deal. That's really rough. Ouch. Alright, so the last thing we have to look at is the CYBERSTRYKE. I think this is called the pocket pistol. Made by Academy plastic model. I'm not quite sure what this is based off of. I know it's a Smith & Wesson pistol, but... Or no, wait. This is... Oh no, this is the P230. I think that was made by... You know what? I'll put it in the video what this is. This looks like a few other guns. But I think it might be the P230. Anyway. Hammer doesn't move. Big ass orange chip on the front. Safety on the side. Really cheap. Is this a high capacity magazine? No, it's not. Okay. So, this is just a standard magazine. There's no external spring or follower that you can pull down on. And then the magazine drops out like one of those European guns in that it uses a heel release instead of the ones we're all used to. Alright, here I am down in the basement, and I'm going to be demoing these shit glasses, as you can tell. And the moment I'm putting these on, I feel like I'm wearing like the drunk glasses light from like health class in high school. Everything is just blurry, it's moving. I'm wearing my glasses underneath this, but oh god, this is just nauseating. But I'm gonna keep these on. Try to make do with it. I didn't quite think about how I'd get the mag. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's a really short one. So, 180 round high capacity magazine that you pull the follower down and shake it. Really dumb. And it's got 12 rounds in the main reservoir. So, well, it's pretty deep. So that's how you load it. There's no wheel on the bottom to wind, thank Christ. And there's no sling mount on this either. There's no sling, there's no sights at all. Oh god, this is going to be bad. So, I'm going to shoot, there's a target about at least 35 feet away, and that's what I'm going to be shooting at. So, let me just get this door out of the way. So I'm just going to let you guys watch me shoot, and then I'll show you the target. Once I'm all done, I'm just going to do 5 rounds. And like I said, I mean, the first thing I'm noticing is that everything is dark and blurry as shit, so I might be optically impaired at the moment. This might not be the shotgun's fault entirely. I have no idea where the pellet is going to go. I don't know where to aim, but we're going to give it a shot. I don't hit anything around it. I have no idea where that went. Oh my god. Okay, that's the shotgun. So let me go get that target for you guys. And one more thing before I go is that the body actually bends to the right a little bit, so if I'm trying to aim from the back, from the body back to the front, I'm not even getting a true sight picture. I have to like remember that it's aiming to the right, but I don't know how far because I can't see over the hood. Oh my god. This is a really, really, what do you call it? This feels like a gun that they would have had hooked up at like Chuck E. Cheese, you know, with like a wire coming out of the pistol grip. That way they knew where the gun was aiming. Or maybe it's wireless now. I'm not sure how they do it, but as you move it around, the crosshair on the screen would move, and that would work. But this, you can't really use this thing without the cord. So we're gonna go see how I did. So as I suspected, the goggles appeared to have inhibited my vision quite a bit more than I thought. I didn't hit the target at all from those 5 shots, so we're going to take the glasses off and try again without them on. So, alright, now I can... Okay. So I'm having to, like, kind of cannonball the gun up a little bit. That way I can see where the front of it is. I'm aiming at least a foot below the target. Oh my god. I think I hit it. Okay. Oh. Wait, I'm not out of ammo yet. There we go. So what was that? 3 shots and then I ran out? Supposedly, but let's give it 2 more. Also, the trigger on this isn't as bad as the CQB34 I just did a video on. This is a little bit better, but not much. What the hell? Do you have a jam already? No, we don't. Okay. Alright, now I get to show you how to reload this thing. So, slider comes all the way down, and then you got a hole there, it's not going to lock in place, and then you shake it, and it fills up with the pellets, and that's how you do it. Alright, 2 more. Still low with 2 more. I'm really shaky, by the way. My eyes are bugging out, my body is shaky. Alright, I can tell I'm hitting the target. Problem is I don't know where. Well. Alright, so that's... Oh, you know what? I forgot. Oh wait, no, I had the hop up on normal. I forgot to mention that. This one has an adjustable hop up. So, that's with it on normal. Let's see how heavy hop does with .12. I'm just going to give it 3 shots for this. I imagine it's going to go soaring above my perspective. Not too far. Alright, I'm not so sure about that one. I don't think I hit the target at all there, but I also don't know if they were going down or up. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, so I only gave that target, what, 8 shots? Well, as you can see, I only got 1 shot. So, I mean, I'm sure not having any iron sights at all in that thing is not quite helping out my shooting capability and the trigger. Well, I can't blame the trigger. We gotta rule out the worst defense so far, and that's not having any sights. So let's go put a different one up, and now we're gonna go try out the pistol. Okay, now we have the CYBERSTRYKE pistol. Again, I don't know the model numbers for any of these, but I'll put it in the description or something. But like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a P230 magazine. And oddly on the manual it shows a clear body magazine, but this one's obviously black. I don't know if they made this in clear. That would have been probably better than blue. So I think the pistol magazine holds 10. Like I said, hammer doesn't work and there's only a front sight, but it's better than nothing, right? So let's go ahead and... Okay, so I hung up the old target and covered the one hit I got with Scotch tape. Let's go ahead and do that. Trigger is really rough. Okay, not as rough as the shotgun, but it's not good. Okay, now I've got an idea of where these are going. They're going really high, but that one was close to hitting it. Shooting off to the left. I think that might have hit the outside of the target. Nope, that's a miss. Alright, 2 more. Okay, I think that was in the outermost ring, but... So this trigger, again, really bad. It's very stiff. See how much... Yeah, so neither of these are particularly target guns. Sometimes you get lucky with the spring guns, is that they have a really, really smooth trigger with very little travel. These are not one of them. So I'm going to go bring over the target. So as I suspected, The pistol actually fared a bit better because it had a front sight. So you can see he got a haircut, clipped his shoulder, and then he took one in the side. So that's the pistol. But like I said, the triggers on these are just so heavy, and there's no... Is there sights on this? Oh no, it's just a cutout in the body. There's no sights on these. So yeah, I can tell you right now without touching the guns any further that the only thing these are good for, probably the fire pit. Be melting them down in like an extrusion machine to turn into something else. So don't buy this, please. I'm gonna head back up to my room and cover the points that I haven't gone over yet, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, here's a P230 magazine from the old Sig Sauer P230. So we're gonna test to see if these look about the same. This one's a lot heavier and the plastic feels a lot nicer, so let's see if this works. Seems to fit. Yep. Okay, so the P230 magazines from... I should have checked that while I was in there. I don't know who made it. Oh, that reminds me. I found another magazine for another Academy gun back in there. I think this is for the DPMS A15, the spring one, but I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see if it fits. Oh, nice. Sorry, I've got the door in my way now. I forgot to move it out of the way earlier. Okay, so this works with the Academy plastic model M4 magazines too. It's really interesting. When I go back under the crawl space and see if I can find like a regular AEG magazine and see if it works in there. But, I mean, these aren't too far off. I wouldn't expect these to, or I wouldn't expect an M4 magazine from a regular, normal AEG to not fit in here. Although I don't know why the hell you'd want to bother with that. Now we're going to go upstairs and now we'll talk about everything I didn't cover. Okay, here are some final notes on this package. So I took them apart and I was able to get them back together again. The spring pistol was easy, except that I couldn't figure out where one spring was supposed to go. I was trying to put it in the wrong spot the entire time. Otherwise that was easy. I got it back all together normally. And the shotgun was a bit easier, but there were a lot more screws and sections to go through, but it wasn't hard either. So the pocket pistol doesn't really quite use P230 magazines because the P230 magazines have a different cutout on the bottom for the magazine release. It's flat instead of, there's no groove in there for the magazine catch to catch onto, so they fit in and they load, but they can fall out pretty easy. I think if you're looking for a kit or models that don't look like real guns, I'd suggest getting a regular one that they want and then painting it like yellow or orange instead of buying one of these, because I mean, you can't make these better, but you can do like a regular M4 carbine and then have it yellow or pink or whatever, some kind of like fake neon color, and then later on you can take the paint off or the tape off, whatever, and then they've got a gun that they can use when they're ready to go actually play. So I think these kind of failed in their purpose, but except for the people who didn't want to have to go through that trouble. I think it's overpriced for what it is, and I think that it was a think it was a first and last attempt from Cybergun to target this kind of market. So, and it's pretty good that they learned their lesson immediately. Otherwise, we'd have more of these. So, oh, when I was inside these, they're plastic inside and out. I mean, especially the pistol. I think the only metal parts on this thing are the just the springs and the inner barrel and the spring. But the shotgun's kind of in the same boat. All the internals are plastic. Everything on the inside's plastic. The pistol definitely does not have a hop unit. Like it just holds a pellet in there. But the shotgun definitely does. The shotgun has a regular AEG bucking looking ridge that presses down, and you can clearly see it if you look down the inner barrel from the outside. So that one's got a hop up and the pistol doesn't. Obviously the glasses included aren't used for, or meant to be used for competitive gaming. They're just to use to protect yourself from ricochets, and even then, maybe you'd want a pair of goggles, that way you get the full seal. And probably any pair of goggles would be more comfortable than those shit safety glasses. They look just like the ones we have at work, so I'm pretty sure those aren't anything other than off the shelf. I didn't quite get to test the shotgun because I got it back together, but when I was putting it back together, something on the inside came out because, yeah, something on the inside came out and I couldn't get the loading arms to work again, but if I took it apart, I'd be able to get it back together, no problem. So, that's that. Okay, so let's talk about the chronos and the FPS. So, the advertised velocity with a .12 gram pellet is 184 FPS, but the highest reading I got out of 5 shots with a .12 pellet, the included ones, was 160 FPS. And then the highest reading I got for .20 gram pellets is 120 FPS. So that's the energy you can expect from that. And then the shotgun is advertised as 370 FPS with a 0.12 gram pellet, but you can probably expect it to be just over 300, maybe 340 with a .20 gram pellet. I didn't get to test it, but that's the FPS you can expect from that. Again, oh, you know, let's jump right to the maximum range, speaking of which. Okay, 90 yards. Definitely not. I think 90 yards is about the distance before the pellet drops immediately to the ground. And then, let's see, what's the pistols? Okay, 25 yards. Again, that's 69 feet. That's like almost my length of the basement and then a half. So, and with what? A .20 or a .12? With a .12, okay, maybe fair, but obviously it's not going to work out just fine. It's going to suck. So, and the maximum range for the shotgun is 59 meters. Again, that has to be the point at which the .12 gram pellet immediately drops to the ground. So, don't pay any attention to that. Let me explain the accuracy part. So the accuracy, as you can see, so it says 25 out of 25. So you're going to look at that little symbol on the right. That says 25 cents. That's not 25 out of 25. That's a quarter. So what that translates to is the shotgun can hit a quarter from 25 feet. And then we'll go back to the pistol here. Now this one says it can hit a quarter from 15 feet. Again, does not tell you any other characteristics about that test. All it says is that it can hit a quarter with a .20. Okay, great. Any gun can do that. What's important is how many times can it do that consecutively, or out of how many times can it do that, but they don't list that here. So the accuracy statistics are incredibly misleading. So again, don't pay any mind to that. So I think that wraps up about everything. I'm not going to do a disassembly on these, even though I already took them apart, but I will do one on request if somebody wants to see that. Otherwise, I'm not going to bother. I don't think enough people have this one to warrant it. Final words. So, these guns, the glasses, the whole kit, I would not wipe my ass with, nor would I put it up my ass. So, These could have been remotely competent, but they already have the different kits from like Smith & Wesson and Mossberg and Remington, whatever, where they look like a normal Academy shotgun and a normal Smith & Wesson pistol. So these have almost no reason to exist, and they are a negative impact on the lives of the people who buy them. That's all I have to say. Hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching.